Hey guys, how's it going? So today I want to make a video. I've been meaning to make this video for a very long time, and I have just been so busy with work. I've been working every single day for many days straight, and I still have quite a while till I have a day off, and I have like an hour before I go to work today, and I figured I'd just quickly do this for you guys because I know a lot of you guys have a lot of stuff that you're wondering about and would like to hear explanations of, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that today. I'm very sorry if this is kind of all over the place and if I'm jumping like from point to point and talking fast. I'm sure if you watch my videos you know that talking fast is an issue for me. I just get really nervous when I have to talk in front of a camera. It's really weird, or in front of anyone, a camera or anyone. Anyways, I'm going to start off with kind of the main issue. People have been wondering why I got the Night Elf crest tattooed on my shoulder blade. If you follow me on Instagram, you've probably seen it. It's kind of, I don't know, it's understandable why that seems kind of odd that I got a Night Elf crest tattoo. I know that as long as I've been like on social media, like my YouTube and Instagram, I talk about the Horde a lot. Like I constantly talk about like playing Blood Elves. Like Blood Elves are my favorite race to play, and I love Sylvanas. Like really all of my characters basically are on Horde. I have a few Alliance characters that I play, and yeah, I don't know, I don't talk about Alliance too much though, so it just seems very odd. But basically, I just want to say, I actually started out as Alliance when I first started playing World of Warcraft. The first race and class combination that I ever played was actually a Night Elf Druid, and the reason why I chose a Night Elf Druid to start off with is because I actually am really big into fantasy, and I always have been, considering I was like raised like watching Lord of the Rings and stuff. Like that's been a huge thing in my family. Like my parents were into Lord of the Rings, so obviously me being a little kid I took part of that, and I've grown up with that, so just fantasy is just really close to me, so that's why I made a Night Elf as my first character. And to me, like now, like that was many years ago when I made that Night Elf, and I switched over to Horde when the Burning Crusade came out and Blood Elves came out, sorry. And the reason why I decided to go over to like the Horde is just honestly, Blood Elves are like super attractive, and I'm kind of stupid when it comes to video games. I'm one of those people who likes to, typical gamer girl thing I guess, I like to play as a race that's really attractive. Like I'm one of those girls, I like to look hot as my character, and it's kind of a stupid reason, but that's really why I play Blood Elves. There's really no like deep significance, just they're very attractive. I like them, and that's why I chose a Night Elf crest over like a Blood Elf crest, because Night Elves to me portray what an elf is more than a Blood Elf does. Like to me, when I think of elves, I'm not thinking of like these like mana crazed like self-absorbed people. When I think of fantasy, elves are like the epitome of what fantasy is, at least in my mind, and like I don't consider a Blood Elf a definition of what an elf is, and that's why I chose the Night Elf crest, because if you guys haven't noticed, a lot of my tattoos are very elf themed and like Lord of the Rings and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I guess that for me just the Night Elf crest is the only one I could really justify as getting as my first World of Warcraft tattoo, because even just the fact that since it's the place that I started off as, like for me going into World of Warcraft, my first experience was as the Night Elf Druid. I figured my first World of Warcraft tattoo should kind of represent where I started in World of Warcraft as well, because I do plan on getting a lot more just tattoos in general, but there are a lot of World of Warcraft ones I have in mind. I'm planning on getting the Forsaken crest on my other shoulder blade, which again has raised a lot of issues because I don't particularly play Forsaken as a preferred race, I think was the wording I used, and people were kind of upset with that. I don't mean that as in like, oh, I don't like them, like they're stupid and I never play them. It's just like, personally, because I spend so much time playing as my Blood Elves and I have so many like alts and stuff, I just haven't really gotten around to maining an undead character. I like them, I love their quest zones, one for just aesthetically how the quest zone looks. Like I love that it's like dark and raining, and I love the quest line with Sylvanas, like just being with her and like hearing her story and everything and following her along with that. I think that's amazing. So I always, whenever I make a character, I will go and start in the undead starting zone because I just absolutely love it. And then again, another reason is honestly just the crest looks really cool, and that's, I don't know, like I feel like you don't need to have some like super deep like connection to get a tattoo. Like I mean, it's great if you do, but as long as like for me, I know myself, I don't think I'll regret it. Anything's possible. There's also the fact that Sylvanas is such a huge part of my life, and honestly I don't express how much she means to me enough. Like, I mean, I know I make quite a bit of posts about her, but it's not just like, oh, Sylvanas is cool because she's attractive, and oh, so everyone loves Sylvanas, so I'm gonna love Sylvanas too. Sylvanas to me is legitimately my queen. Like, I look up to her that way, and I've always seen her that way. I guess it's just something for me. I've had a lot of like darker stuff going on in my life than I've ever really like talked to you guys about or anything like that in the past, and I guess just for me, like, death has been something kind of close to me, and darkness and stuff. Again, I don't really come across that way. There's a lot more going on that you guys realize, and I just find Sylvanas a very close thing for that. I don't want to go too far into it. But leading on from getting the Forsaken Crest as a tattoo at some point, lots of people have been wondering, like, oh, why don't you just get a Sylvanas tattoo? I actually do have a few Sylvanas themed tattoos in mind, and it'll actually be really cool because with having the Forsaken Crest on this side, I eventually plan on getting like a full body tattoo of Sylvanas on my upper right arm. I kind of want to make this arm eventually into like a sleeve dedicated to Sylvanas. I plan on getting a sword on my forearm, and I'm going to get my tattoo artist to draw me up a sword themed off of like Sylvanas' armor, so it's going to have like lots of purples and like the like, you know, the silver like swirls on her breastplate and stuff. I want to have like kind of a sword like that, like kind of the handle of the sword will be sort of like swirly and stuff. I don't have it completely thought out, but that will be at some point a thing as well. And I just want to say really quick before people freak out at me and say, oh, you're just getting a sword on your arm because Lita got one. That's actually, if anyone's the reason why I'm getting a sword on my arm, it's lights. And even that, I know you might be like, oh, like, why do you have to copy anyone, like you're not being original and stuff. Honestly, I am just so insecure with my own ideas, and I know that I'm less likely to regret something if I get it off of someone that I look up to. Moving on kind of into more of like my gaming lifestyle, and because I know I do spend a lot of time and money and whatnot in gaming and like buying merchandise and all that kind of stuff, and I talk about video games all the time, so it doesn't really make sense why I wouldn't want to share that part of my life with you guys, like on social media in terms of like streaming and recording gameplay and whatnot. Honestly, I've tried a few times before. I have like maybe 3 or 4, not even, probably, videos of me playing and stuff, and honestly I've just came across as really, really stupid, and that I don't know what I'm doing. It just makes me feel really, really awkward. Honestly, just stupid stuff. Like, if I have the camera on me while I'm playing, like, what if I look stupid, or what if I don't know what to say while I'm playing? That sounds really dumb, but it really, really bothers me, and it gets to a point I can't even focus on what I'm doing in the game because I'm so worried about that. So for me, honestly, I just can't see anytime soon that I would be willing to do that, and I'm sorry if it comes across as, oh, well then obviously you don't play video games. I do play video games. They are a huge part of my life, and even though I also just want to say, I know that I've been taking very large breaks from World of Warcraft, and I just want to say, like, that doesn't change at all how much the game means to me. That doesn't mean that because I take a month or 2 break, it doesn't mean that everything, like, the fact I've been playing for like 9 years, that doesn't mean everything up to this point means nothing just because I'm taking a break. Like, I still know like the lore, it still has deep connection to me, I still miss the game every now and then, and honestly I just can't justify spending $15 on something that I might not get to play more than a couple times a week for a few hours. It's just a lot easier for me to just play Heroes of the Storm. I can still talk about something that's been a part of my life completely up to this point and has literally defined who I am. Honestly, it just really frustrates me because like tons of people, they're like literally everyone at some point who plays WoW will take a break, and that doesn't mean that you don't know anything about the game anymore. It doesn't mean that you can't talk about it or like see merchandise and want to buy it. Like, it's just, I can't even, yeah. Came off as really, really rude. It just does bother me because it does mean a lot to me. We're still on the topic of World of Warcraft. I did just want to clear up because I know like lots of people, like, I'll talk about World of Warcraft all the time, and since the beginning I've portrayed myself to be this super like hardcore gamer, and then when you guys go and like check like my character's gear and stuff like that, it doesn't show at all. Like, that's totally right, it does not show at all, especially because just recently I haven't been as into it as I used to be, and just for me, I I just don't feel like I have time for like endgame content. Like it gets very tedious to me. Like I'll try to gear my hunter and like I'll be really into it for a few days straight, and then I just get to a point where I'll log on and it just bothers me to play just because I'm not what would be considered like super good. Because I'm not geared doesn't mean that I don't know about World of Warcraft. I just want to say, like, World of Warcraft has forever, it's never been a thing where you have to be good to be into it. Like, for me, I just enjoy leveling an alt and questing and going back and running old raids from like from vanilla and Burning Crusade. For me, like, endgame content has never been my favorite thing to do. I'm very, very all over the place. I'm jumping from character to character. I can never decide who I want to be my next main. But I just mainly want to say, like, you don't have to be, like, super good, and you don't have to gear the shit out of your main to play World of Warcraft. Like, you can do whatever you want in World of Warcraft. When I first started playing, I used to piss my brother off so much because all I'd want to do instead of questing was run around like an idiot and explore and stuff. It used to bother him so much. Mind you, I was like an 11-year-old, so I wasn't smart enough to know how to do quests. But for me, that's what really made me fall in love with World of Warcraft. I'm much more in love with the world and the lore than I am with being good. Like, I'm not saying I'm bad, like, I'm just kind of average, I guess, like, and that's really all I've ever been. I've never said anywhere that I'm like really good at World of Warcraft. It's just something I enjoy to do with my time, and I hope that makes sense, and that's really all it is. This video has probably been literally all over the place, and I just hope that it's helped explain things and clear things up. I'm really genuinely sorry that it's taken me forever to make this video, and I kept kind of saying like, oh, I'm gonna film this video this week, and then I didn't, and then the other day I had a day off and I was like, okay, I'll film it on Wednesday, and then I picked up a shift and I saw that as like, oh, she's like making up excuses and she's trying to avoid making the video. That wasn't the case at all. I do love my job. I love my coworkers. I love making money, and honestly, I just want to say the money isn't for, oh yeah, I can go buy new video games. Think of the money when I'm working. I'm just working because I love it. But the money's nice, don't get me wrong, and I do save a lot of it, and that's another thing. I feel like you guys think that I'm blowing all my money on like video games and random shit that's not important, and I do spend a portion of it on that, but I'm actually saving a ton of money, so I just want to put that out there. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like ramble about work for a second there, but I hope that you guys have a great day. I hope this helped explain things, and I can still clear things up and make other videos explaining things as well if you would like to, or just reply back in the comments. I will do anything that you guys like me to. It just might take me a while sometimes if I'm filming a video, because it drains a lot out of me to make a video. It's just a very big process for me. I'm sorry about that. But please have a great day, guys. I love you all very, very much, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!